Hello, let's do the New York Times games for Wednesday, September 24th. Okay, Shar-Pei, I know I've heard, but what does Shar-Pei actually mean? Is that a dog breed? Shar-Pei. I should probably know that. Alright, we have film, feature, flick, and picture. This is just different words for a movie. Okay, that's one category. You sprinkle, you pepper something. This is like to lightly dust something. Scatter. Litter, kind of, but litter, like cat litter is similar to pepper in like texture, but litter isn't used as a verb unless it means to like throw garbage somewhere else. That's different. That seems a little off to me. I'm not sure why. All right, you have sweet 16, sweet tooth, sweet potato. What's the other sweet one? Sweet talk. Okay. That feels like a blank purple category to me. What's the fourth one then? If those three categories are correct. Always a chance I'm wrong. We have prune. Brain. Are these like things with like folds in them? Like things that are pruned? Like your fingertips, maybe? Is crepe paper something that's like that? You know what? I don't think I've ever had a crepe. Don't tell anybody. And then the other one would be Shar-Pei. I'm really thinking that's a dog breed, right? Okay. Okay, so I think I have the four categories. So I'm going to go with sweet blank as the purple, hopefully. Sweet blank, there you go. Nailed it. And then brain, crepe paper, prune, and Shar-Pei is things that are like, how do you even describe that? Like folds or pruned. I mean, prune is one of the words. I don't know if that's what crepe paper is, but it's just I figured out the other categories, I think. So I don't know what crepe paper is. I don't know what it looks like. I mean, I have an idea of what it is, but I wouldn't have put this with this category otherwise. So let's see if that's right. Okay, wrinkly. Wrinkly, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of wrinkle. Wrinkly things. Okay, is Shar-Pei a dog breed? Am I right about that? Shar-Pei. It is a dog breed, okay. Okay, it's the one with really wrinkly face. For some reason, I was picturing a smaller dog. These are kind of big. I was thinking of one of like the little toy dog breeds when I saw Shar-Pei. Alright, now we have the movie category with flick, picture, feature, and film. That seems like a yellow synonym category. So I'm going to go with sprinkle, litter, scatter, and pepper is green. Strew. Okay, nice. And then this is just movie. All right. Nailed that one. Ooh, yes, and I got my win percentage back up to 92% after that loss last week. Always like to get that back up. I wonder how long it's going to take to get up to 93%. I could probably do the calculations. But I'm not going to. At least not on video. That would be kind of boring to see me do math. Alright, I don't think this one was too hard. Let's see what they gave it. 2 out of 5? Yeah, okay. I feel like it might be even easier than that. Let's see what Ye Old Bot says. Yeah, 83%. It felt really easy. The majority of players getting no mistakes. Only 17% losing. 1 in 113. That doesn't feel very unique for a reverse rainbow. But it, like I said, it was really easy. So the biggest category is green for first. A little over yellow. I saw yellow first. Let's check ever. So ever, it's basically green, yellow, and then a bit of a drop down of purple and blue. Pretty standard, really. Yeah, losing games, green, yellow, green, nothing, yellow, green. And then purple. I always feel sad with people who get purple first and then lose. It's gotta be rough. I don't know, I can't remember a game where I got purple first and then didn't get any other category. I know there's categories where days where I've gotten purple first and lost, but it's usually after getting, a second category. I think. I could be wrong. Hopefully there's no video evidence of me being wrong. Let's check the mistakes. Flick. Okay, I could see putting flick in there. Like you flick something. You litter, you sprinkle, you scatter. I could see that. Putting a potato in with wrinkles? I wouldn't really call a potato wrinkled. I mean, they're not exactly smooth, but I wouldn't call them wrinkled. Ooh, talking with movies? Yeah, like a talkie, but it wasn't just called talk. It's called a talkie, like when movies with audible voices first came out. So talkie. I think, if I remember my movie history correctly. Sweet brain? Maybe they were thinking of smooth brain, smooth talk. But smooth tooth and smooth 16 don't make any sense, so I don't know what that's going with. Maybe people are just not knowing what sweet potato is and throwing brain in there, just as a guess. Prune with green? I don't really see that. Garden actions? Litter? Sprinkle? I could see with sprinkle. You prune, you sprinkle, but scatter and litter? I guess you could scatter seeds, but I still don't know why litter would go in there. I think there's just a lot of guessing between blue and purple, and a little bit of green too. Not a whole lot of yellow in here, except that these ones at the top, which is interesting. That yellow shows up in these two kind of more common categories, or these common mistakes, and then it doesn't show up in the rest of them. All right, after yesterday's detour of getting yellow first, I'm back to my purple first wave, so that's nice. Got that winning percentage up to 92, also very nice. Let's see if we can keep it up tomorrow. All right, on to the menu. All right, pond gunk. Sly? I'm not sure. With 8 across, like an unlimited buffet. Okay, I'm going to skip over that one. Opponent of Athens in the Peloponnesian War. Sparta. Keep it down. Quiet? Shh, maybe? Are we doing shh? Outs that advance the runner in baseball lingo. Sacrifices. Sacks? Like a sack fly, a sack bunt. Put your hands together. Clap. Bone on the same side of the arm as the pinky. Bone. Oh, the ulna? If I remember right, if I remember my biology. Mike, who voiced Shrek. Mike Myers. Hippocratic Oath. State with license plate that read Greatest Snow on Earth, Utah. Nice. I was not expecting all of those acrosses to be correct. I really thought that maybe sh was wrong, or... Well, actually, Sax, it was the down one. I wasn't expecting this to be correct. So what are we looking at the crosses? Scum? Pond gunk? Pond scum? Okay. With 8 across, like an unlimited buffet, all you can eat. Okay. That would have taken me a while to think of. To think that of words that could fit in here. A 4-word answer, basically. And Sparta, I knew, I guessed that. So I know they like to put sounds in here. What do they call those words where it's spelled the way it sounds? I forget what. There's a specific term for it, and I forget what it's called. Anyway, glad I got all the downs. This is the one where downs, just starting with the downs might have helped out. Although sax I wasn't sure about until I saw the S here. But definitely better than the acrosses. Alright, on to pips. Alright, 6 and 10. So this just fits in here as 10. I wonder if that'll work. Probably not. In fact, it won't. I don't think so. Maybe 5-2 down here. Actually, this does work. We can just go 4. No, it doesn't work. We need all the 2s up here. And then 2-0. And then 6-4 turned around this way. Like this, and then 4-0 pointing up. You know, what was it? Yesterday, the day before, I forget where I said. Although I was talking about an equals box where I said I don't like using a single domino to fill a 2-box, whatever you want to call it. A 2-cell box. Because it seems like they're trying to trick you, but it ended up being that way. This time I decided to go for it. I was like, well, 6 and 4 equals 10. Let's just throw it in there and see what happens. And that cost me. Oh, well. Okay, on to medium. Oh, a bunch of equals. We have 4 here, and 3 here. Greater than 10. That's interesting. So it needs to be a 6-5 at least. We need a 2 in here. Where's our 2? We have a 2-3. How many 3s do we have? We have 4 3s. So we could go like this. We can go 2-3, 3-3 vertically, and then do 3-5. And then we need a bunch of 5s in here. We could go 6, 5 up here. This is probably all 4s over here, so we're probably gonna have to go like this. Maybe 4, 2, that works. 5, 4, and then 6, 4 like this. Nice. All right, well that one was a cookie, but I didn't get a cookie on the easy one, so I'm not gonna bother sharing the results unless I have a chance at getting all 3. Or if I just get a mythical hard cookie, which I've done one time. All right, on to hard. Ooh, 2 different tables, or whatever you want to call them. Boards, 2 different boards. All right, less than 1. So this has to be a 0 and then an equals. We'll have to figure that out later. This is not equals. We need 4 equals in here. What do we have 4 of? It's not the 6s. We have enough 3s to go in there. That works. We only have 3 2s. We have 2 4s. We have 1, 2, 3, 5. So I think the 3s have to go up here. Yeah. Wonder how. All right, so we have a 6 here. How many 6s do we have? We have a 6, 1. We have a 6, 0. So one of the 6s is going in here. Let's try the 6, 1, I guess. Do we have a 4, 1 to go in here? We don't. We have a 3, 1 and a 6, 1. So the 6, 1 is either going up here like this or down here. Let's try the one up here. That means we'd need a 4 something. We go 4, 4. That works. And then we'd need a domino that has 2 different things on it. We could go 5, 3 maybe. Now we need the 3s for the equals, I think. We can go 5, 0. We have to go 0, 6 here. And then we can go 3, 3 here. Or maybe like this. Oh, we can't do this because we'd need another 3, 5. That doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work. All right, let's try the 6, 1 up here. And then this is the only 4s we have, right? Do we have another 4? No, we don't. So the 4s have to go in here. But if we put the 1, 6 up here, then this one has to go down here. Maybe vertically. Maybe that'll work better. Then we could do maybe the 5, 3 here. No, that doesn't work. Maybe the 4, 0 or the 4, 4 goes vertically. That way we can fit like 2 5s up here. We could do a 5, 3 this way and like do the double 3s. Then we could do maybe a 5, 0. And then the 6, 0 would have to go over here, so no, that doesn't work. We do the 5, 5 maybe. And then the 6, 0. We could do the 3, 1. Then we need the 0, 5 here. That doesn't work because we already have a 5 in here. Oh, okay. I can't put the 0, 6 over here. The 6, 1 has to go over here. I just realized. Because we have 2 things that are less than 1, so we need these 2 zeros to go in there. Okay. I should have realized that. So maybe 0, 6 over here. 0, 5 would go over here. That kind of works. I wonder if we just put 2 5s up here. No, that doesn't work. And then this 4 has to go up here. That means this 1, 3 has to go up top here. And it has to go this way because it can't go down. I wonder if this just goes like this, and then the double 2 goes over here. I haven't really done anything with the double 2. Let's put that way. That way we can still do this. And then we could do 5, 3 like this. Double 3 up. And then maybe 2, 3 like this. I think this works. Okay. Yeah, I should have realized that there was these two less than ones. I guess they didn't want to put 0 because it kind of makes it more obvious. The less than ones, it makes it seem like there's more than one option, but there's not. But just if you don't stop and think about it, it seems like whenever there's a less than or greater than, there's more than one option. So if I just took another split second to think about it and realize there's only 2 zeros on the board and they both have to go in these two spots. So yeah, that would have made me realize that this 6-0 has to go in here, which forces the 6-1 here, which forces the 1-3 up here. So that forces things a bit more. It's one of those things, if you take an extra second or two at the beginning to think about it, to actually analyze it, it might help you out in the long run. But then there's other times where it's like, if I just play stuff, sometimes it works out and you get a super fast time. So there's pluses and minuses. If you're enjoying the videos, please leave a like and subscribe and let me know how you did on all the puzzles today.